Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Today we are going to study definition and scope of ecology. Another very interesting and informative topic. So we are going to study definition and scope of ecology. And first of all, let me remind you that it's just an introduction where we will study ecology and its domain, and we will start by the topic definition and scope of ecology. The word ecology was first used by Ernst Haeckel in 1869. Ernst Haeckel was the first person who used the term ecology for the first time in 1869. Paraphrasing Haeckel, we can describe ecology as the scientific study of the interactions between organisms and their environment. If we want to explain Haeckel's definition, we want to paraphrase it, we want to elaborate it, we can describe ecology as the scientific study of the interactions between organisms and their environment. The word is derived from the Greek oikos, meaning home, and this word ecology is derived from a Greek word oikos, that means home. Ecology might therefore be thought of as the study of the home life of living organisms. As it is the study of home, and here we are studying the interactions between organisms and their environment. So we may say that ecology might therefore be brought out as the study of the home life of living organisms. A less vague definition was suggested by Krebs. Krebs in 1972 described another definition. Ecology is the scientific study of the interactions that determine the distribution and abundance of organisms. Krebs in 1972 described another definition, that ecology is the scientific study of the interactions. It is the scientific study of the interactions that determine the distribution and abundance of organisms. Notice that Krebs' definition does not use the word environment. To see why it is necessary to define the word, uh, in Krebs' definition, there was nothing like environment, but environment is very important. The environment of an organism consists of all those factors and phenomena outside the organism that influence it. The environment of an organism consists of all those factors: air, light, and other substances, and phenomena outside the organisms that influence it, whether these are physical and chemical or other organisms, whether these are physical and chemical, abiotic factors or biotic factors like the organism. The interactions in Krebs' definition are, of course, interactions with these very factors. Well, Krebs used the term interactions. So it means when we will say that what are the interactions, these are the interactions with these very factors, biotic and abiotic factors. The environment, therefore, retains the central position that Haeckel gave it. That's why environment still retains the central position that Haeckel gave it. Krebs' definition has the merit of pinpointing the ultimate subject matter of ecology, the distribution and abundance of organisms. Well, here there is a discussing topic, the distribution and abundance of organisms, that is also very important. For example, where organisms occur, how many occur there, and why. Where organisms occur, how many occur there, and why. Where, how many, and why. This being so, it might be better still to define ecology as the scientific study of the distribution and abundance of organisms and the interactions that determine distribution and abundance. So, It is the scientific study of the distribution and abundance of organisms. We will study the distribution and abundance of organisms and also the interactions that determine this distribution and abundance. As far as the subject matter of ecology is concerned, the distribution and abundance of organisms is pleasantly succinct. If we want to study the subject matter of ecology, the distribution and abundance is very much interesting, but we need to expand it. The living world can be viewed as a biological hierarchy that starts with subcellular particles and continues up through cells, tissues, and organs. This living world, there is a biological organization that starts from subatomic level, atomic and subatomic level, subcellular particles to uh, organisms itself, where we will see subcellular particles, cells, tissues, organs. Ecology deals with the next three levels: the individual organism, the population consisting of individuals of the same species, and the community consisting of a greater or lesser number of species populations. So in ecology, we mainly study three levels: individual organism, population level, and community level. At the level of the organism, ecology deals with how individuals are affected by and how they affect their environment. At the level of the organism, we study that how individuals are affected and how they affect their environment. At the level of the population, ecology is concerned with the presence or absence of particular species, their abundance or rarity, and with the trends and fluctuations in their numbers. At the level of the population, ecology is concerned with the presence or absence of particular species. Ecology is concerned with the presence or absence of a particular species. This is species level, their abundance or rarity, and with the trends and fluctuations in their numbers are studied. Community ecology then deals with the composition and organization of ecological communities. In community ecology, we deal with the composition and organization of ecological communities. Ecologists also focus on the pathways followed by energy and matter as these move among living and non-living elements of a further category of organization, the ecosystem. So when we move forward, we see there is an other level of organization in ecology, that is ecosystem, comprising the community together with its physical environment, where we study the community together with its physical environment. With this in mind, Lycans in 1992 would extend our preferred definition of ecology to include the interactions between organisms and the transformation and flux of energy and matter. So there, uh, for we say that what is ecology? The interactions between organisms and the transformation and flux of energy and matter. However, we take energy matter transformations as being subsumed in the interactions of our definition. So, interactions are very important. There are two broad approaches that ecologists can take at each level of ecological organization. There are two broad approaches. What are? First, much can be gained by building from properties at the level below. Much can be gained. Much can be gained by building from properties at the level below. Physiology, when studying organismal ecology, individual clutch size and survival probabilities, when investigating the dynamics of individual species population, food consumption rates, when dealing with interactions between predator and prey populations, limits to the similarity of coexisting species when researching communities, and so on. So, there are some interactions that take place between organisms. Much can be gained by building from properties at the level below. For example, physiology, when studying organismal ecology, we can study individual clutch size can be studied and survival probabilities can be studied and so on. An alternative approach An alternative approach deals directly with properties of the level of interest. For example, uh, niche breadth at the organismal level can be studied. Niche is a broad term that we will study in later chapters, but now we can say that role a species plays in an ecosystem is called its niche. So breadth at the organismal level, relative importance of density dependent processes at the population level can be studied. Species diversity at the level of community can be studied. Rate of biomass production at the ecosystem level, very important, and it should be studied. And tries to relate how these to abiotic or biotic aspects of the environment. Both approaches have their uses, and both will be used in each of the three parts of the book: organism, species interactions, and communities and ecosystems. So they will be studied in later part. So today we studied just definition and scope of ecology, in which we study the definition of ecology by Haeckel, by Krebs, and then by lichens, and studied the levels of ecology: organismal level, species level, community level, and ecosystem level. It's done for today, and inshallah tomorrow we will study next topic.